In the heart of Gosa City, where yellow taxis dance between traffic lights and the aroma of street kebabs competes with the noise of daily hustle, lived a man known by many names, but most called him Uncle Bonga. A man of mystery, tailored suits, and deep pockets. He was a loan shark, but not the kind that circles blood and chews late payers raw. No. Uncle Bonga was different. He was the kind of loan shark who smiled before handing out money. He didn't bark threats or chase debtors with thugs. He believed in people, especially the little guy with big dreams and empty pockets. Over the years, Uncle Bonga had helped countless people, including Ted Lero, who once sold roasted corn by the roadside. With Uncle Bonga's loan, Ted opened Lero's Grill empire, now a 10-branch barbecue chain across the southern part of the country. Anna Hossan, a fashion designer who sewed clothes from her one-bedroom apartment. After a loan from Bonga, she launched Hossan Couture, dressing politicians, movie stars, and even a few first ladies. Chika Slick Tokidi, a tech wizard from up north, who used Bonga's loan to launch a fintech app now valued in the millions. But Uncle Bonga never bragged. Even when clients defaulted, he would simply shake his head and say, "Maybe next time. Just don't give up on yourself." That year, Bonga's investments hit record highs. Stocks, land, and even a pepper farm he had forgotten about all flourished. One evening, over a quiet pepper soup dinner, he turned to his wife, Mama Josie, and said, "Darling, I feel like doing something mad. Something that'll change someone's life forever. What if I gave away $10 million? Mama Josie paused, dropped her spoon. "Bonga, are you feeling well?" He laughed. "Perfectly. But this is not just charity. The person must be worthy. Let's set a test." The plan was born. Within 2 weeks, Uncle Bonga lost everything. Word spread fast, his businesses crashed, foreign partners pulled out, and he had to vacate his mansion. He moved into a modest 2-bedroom flat. His Mercedes, Range Rover, and vintage Jaguar. All sold. His designer suits disappeared, replaced by cheap clothes and sandals that were very unlike Uncle Bonga. Mama Josie swapped her Peruvian wigs for simple scarves and began selling provisions in a little shop across town. Part of the act, of course. As whispers about his financial downfall settled, another rumor began to swirl. Uncle Bonga was sick. Very sick. He needed emergency treatment abroad, but had no funds. One by one, he approached his top clients. When Bonga asked for a small $50,000 loan, Ted Lero, the barbecue king, gasped dramatically. "Ah, Uncle. You should have told me last week. I just sponsored a celebrity cooking show in Dubai." He rubbed his belly, laughing. "You know, brand image is key these days. But don't worry, I'll pray for you." Anna, the fashion mogul, responded with a 6-paragraph text and a voice note. "Oh Uncle Bonga, I'm in Paris for Fashion Week. All my funds are tied in runway logistics. I wish I could help, but you know how cash flow is. Anyway, stay strong. Kiss Mama Josie for me." Slick Okidi, the tech giant, said, "Uncle, this is tough. But you know startup life, always reinvesting. Every dime is in crypto or code right now. Can't liquidate." He ended the call with, "Don't worry though, I'll tweet about your situation. Might go viral." Uncle Bonga sat in silence, stunned. All that generosity. And now, not even empathy. Mama Josie, watching his heart break, suggested gently, "Why not try one of the smaller people? Someone humble, someone you helped without expecting much." He thought deeply. And then her name surfaced. Her name was Amina Yusuf. A widowed mother of 2. She ran a modest fruit and vegetable stand in the main city market. Years ago, Bonga had given her a loan so she could stop buying spoiled fruits from wholesalers. With that money, she built her own supply chain, bought a small delivery van, and recently paid off her loan early. When he visited her in his disguise, she gasped at his appearance. He told her his tale, the business crash, the illness, the urgent need for $5,000 to book a medical flight. She didn't blink. "I don't have it, uncle, but let me see what I can do." Amina ran to work. She spoke to the Fruit Vendors Association, who collected $2,000 each from 140 members. She approached her mosque women's group, who did a fundraising appeal. She even got her cousin in London to send his entire monthly salary. In 5 days, she brought him the money. "It's not much, uncle, but I hope it helps." Bonga's eyes stung. Not from illness. From truth. The day before his birthday, Amina was summoned. She arrived at the mansion, confused. The security man opened the gate with a smile. Inside, the house was alive. Mama Josie waited at the door, glowing in a lovely kaftan. Bonga stood at the top of the stairs in his full glory, arms open. "Amina, this was all a test. And you passed with flying colors." She dropped her bag. "Uncle. But what? So you're not sick?" "Poor." They laughed and hugged her. Her reward, $10 million. Amina fainted. For a few seconds. Then she got up and danced barefoot in the marble foyer. She paid back everyone she borrowed from, with interest. Amina bought 3 farms, mango, pineapple, and tomato, in 2 states. She launched Freshomi Foods, a fruit juice processing company with zero waste recycling. She opened Fruitopia markets in 7 cities, employing hundreds of women. Her kids now attend an international school. Her daughter, 9, wants to be a food scientist. And she never stopped selling at her old stand, now upgraded, solar-powered, and staffed by 3 assistants. Uncle Bonga's birthday bash was the talk of the city. Held in the gardens of his mansion, the theme was, "Give without regret." He invited everyone, from high flyers to fruit vendors. When Amina walked in, the entire hall rose and applauded. Uncle Bonga raised his glass and declared, "It's easy to give when it's convenient. But true kindness shows when giving is hard." This woman, with little, gave everything. And that, my friends, is wealth. Word spread like wild bushfire across Gosa City. The party had barely ended when social media exploded. Uncle Bonga wasn't broke, it was a loyalty test. Fruit seller wins $10 million for being kind. Barbecue boss and tech bro rejected him during his fake crisis. Ted showed up at Bonga's gate 2 days later, holding a tray of smoked turkey and grilled plantains, his signature dish. "Uncle Bonga, my boss. You know I was only playing that day. I just was testing you too." He forced an awkward laugh, sweat glistening down his forehead. Uncle Bonga looked at him with a calm smile. "Ted, do you remember when you sold corn and your wife was heavily pregnant, and I paid for her hospital bill and your rent in the same week?" Ted shuffled his feet. "Yes, sir. And now you believe roasted turkey prayers will cover what loyalty should have handled?" Ted stood, embarrassed, and quietly took his tray back. Anna sent a custom-made embroidered tunic for Bonga. She even offered to design Mama Josie's outfits for the next 5 years, free of charge. But Mama Josie wasn't impressed. She replied with a voice note. "Dear Anna, fashion is about style, but friendship is about substance. When we needed help, you were dressing mannequins in Milan. Thank you, but no thanks." Chica went full dramatic. He made a public apology video in a velvet suit, standing beside a whiteboard labeled, the loyalty algorithm I failed. Uncle Bonga is not just a man, he's a system upgrade of humanity. The video was so cringy it became a meme overnight. Bonga saw the video but didn't comment. Bonga still did business. But his definition of wealth had shifted. He no longer chased big names or flashy investments. Instead, he told his staff, "Don't look at their shoes or their office. Look at their heart. That's where true creditworthiness lies." And whenever someone asked him if he'd ever do another test, he would chuckle and say, "No need. The first one exposed more than I bargained for." Be kind without cameras. Help without headlines. And stay loyal even when no one is watching. Because the test of character may come dressed as a crisis. What is your takeaway from this story? Comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that entertain, inspire and uplift.